believe I'm starting the vlog with this, but it's such a big day today for me and Milk and Cookies because I'm starting my second batch of podcast filming from today. And guess who are we starting with? It's the one and only young Pueblo, aka Diego Perez. Can we have a moment for who is coming on Milk and Cookies podcast? And before that, I can't believe I'm going to be talking to him just in like I don't know, 9 hours. This has been going back and forth since the past 3 months. It was just one of those things where I did not know that it was going to happen until it happens, if it makes sense. Because these kind of things always, sometimes it just falls through, and that's just how life is. But we finally booked in for today for the interview for his upcoming book Journey, and I'm so excited to read it. I haven't received the copy yet, and this is just surreal, guys. I mean, when I started Milk and Cookies, it was because I love having conversations with different types of people, whether they are in the field of psychology to business to entrepreneurship. It's just having some interesting conversations that are sometimes intellectual, sometimes it could be around the human condition. And I wanted to bring that to life for you guys. I didn't really think that it would be possible this soon, though. Even though during the first batch of filming the podcast, there were like 10 to 15 podcasts, and they're not yet published because they have to be aligned with the guests sometimes. But we had Mark Manson who came in and I got to talk to him. So today's plan is to prepare for the interview. I have prepared, obviously. I have always been watching his interviews. Since the past couple of months, I've just gone down a rabbit hole researching his interviews. I want to make sure that we do end up talking about things that he's not spoken of before. And it's also so interesting to think about how he functions, how he thinks, how he works, how he writes. It's just such a big deal. So I'm gonna now structure everything that I've researched. And the way I normally do it is just having a rough template of the topics that I would like to touch on. But I love having the conversation to be very natural and flowy because I do end up getting quite pulled into what's going on, and I don't want to stick to a script and talk like a robot because these are some of the most interesting people I'm going to be talking to. So I'm just gonna briefly develop the spine of today's conversation around his new book and around everything that young Pueblo does. I can't stop feeling grateful for what's happening. Every time I come back to working on this, I can't believe myself that this is happening. But then I can because I worked so hard for this, and it's a beautiful platform that we've built together with over 200,000 readers. And it's just like, because it's on the internet, it sometimes feels unreal. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm just an ordinary person who loves writing, and then this happens. It's just unbelievable. And apart from that, I have to get done with some writing for Substack, go for my yoga class in the evening, run back home for the interview. So let's get started. I just finished writing the intro. It's currently 12:45. Before lunch, I aim to finish compiling all my personal notes that I've gathered, research, and jot down the topics that I'd love to touch upon today. I forgot my glasses in the living room, but I cannot go outside. Zay is outside, and if I go out, I won't be able to come back in. So we're gonna have to do without the glasses. I love to learn about the routines of such interesting people, and I realize in my notes I see a recurring pattern of routines and meditation, even though I might not integrate the whole thing because to each their own, right? But just to know how these beautiful minds work. I think I'm gonna include routine questions and also meditation. There are so many things I want to talk to him about, and I have literally 50 to 60 questions, and I can't because the interview is just booked for an hour. So I have to make sure it's down to maximum 20 to 25 question because it depends from guest to guest how long they answer each question for. So I have to have like 15 if they talk for more than a couple of minutes and 20 25 if they answer their questions quickly. Oh, this is hard. A good kind of hard. Okay, I'm doing a really fun part of the interview that I always look forward to, which is the rapid fire towards the end. We had such a blast doing it with Mark Manson because he was like, "Oh, this is not turning out to be a rapid fire, and these are such long conversations we're having, and it's so chaotic." Some guests really love it. They're like, "Oh, I'm good at it," and some are like, "No, I don't know," and then they feel accomplished towards the end and give quite honest answers. So it's super fun. So now I'm getting to the last part. I've done like four categories of the interview, and now I'm getting to the last part, second last part, rapid fire, and then I'm gonna write the outro. Finally done. Thank God I prepped in advance because it was easier. So the next thing I need to do is I need to do the whole podcast setup because I usually record on Riverside. So I plug in my mic, my camera. It sort of makes the audio and video quality better. I'm learning as I go. The last batch that I filmed was in my previous apartment and I just moved here a month ago. So it's not all set up. You're eating food? So I just got the thumbs up from Sarthak because before I started filming, I had a crash out.
A full blown breakdown.
Crash out was because of the reality of being a writer, working from home, and having two little boys, which is not their fault, but it just sometimes gets hard. Today was such an important day. It still is work wise, and
The reality of being a toddler boy mom.
yeah, Louis and Zay decided to be a little extra clingy and they wouldn't do without me. I even ended up going for a peace walk to calm myself down. Had a crash out in the kitchen with Sarthak and he was like, "It's fine, you can just let it go." And then I was like, "No, but I had decided that I'm going to show you guys behind the scenes of interviewing young Pueblo, especially young Pueblo." And Sarthak sitting here laughing because
Should go too real.
yeah, it did get too real. As soon as I would start working, the boys would start crying and asking for me. And I still get rewarded with some laughs, so it's okay, it's worth it. But yeah, that's something that kept happening, and Sarthak was trying his best to keep them distracted, but there was
And
only.
let this be your sign. If you're trying something, don't give up.
But I decided, I persevered, and here we are. I feel so much better. Sarthak suggested I go read a book because it usually calms me down,
We
but
call it her medicine.
yeah, we call it my medicine. I was like, I don't think I can read with such important things to do, and I need to prep, and I just feel a little better if I'm able to finish it. You just got a forehead kiss from Zay. How cute is that? Mama, Today, our home is a mess. Sarthak was an angel who cooked and looked after the boys. Zay is here to show you his panda.
Did it.
Did it, man.
I like one.
Where do pandas live?
Asia.
Asia! And what do pandas eat?
Seed. Babu.
Bamboo! Lunch break means I will be tidying up our home because it's a mess today. I did not get time to do household chores. So let's get going before things get bad and let's get out of this maximalist situation. Oh my god, we have a situation here. Yesterday was such a tough day for me, and I was just running like an overwhelmed working mom. I just ended up going for my yoga class in the evening, and when I came back home, Sarthak did a very pretty thing for me, a very beautiful thing. It was so romantic. So, anyways, after that, I went for my everything shower. I came back and I don't know if you can see in the video, but I had a very important deadline again. I finished that and then went to sleep pretty late, around 1 o'clock, and I forgot two of the post-its in the living room. And today, I think Zay was playing with water, and I don't know what to do with this. So, the post-its were here, and it's sort of imprinted on my coffee table. I still have some writing to get done for the day, but the house has been in such a mess. There's like crumbs of Play Doh everywhere in my bedroom. My office drawers are pulled out. I need to tidy up. I did a second load of laundry. And the thing with white laundry is that it means majority of the clothes have to go for iron to get to work. I need to like take a day off. Zay's up from his nap. He was just playing in his room, so I got to finish my writing. Sarthak started work at 5 p.m. today. His markets usually open at 5:30, but today was an early start for him. So today has been an exceptionally overwhelming and challenging day. I have been trying to do a lot of brain intense work and life gets in the way, right? And it's not anyone's fault, but you just gotta push through at times. And today was one of those days and you just need a lot of mental strength.
Two.
Guys, last leg left. We so need this yoga session today. I'm so happy that I have yin yoga because it's so restorative. And look at my view while I go to yoga. Okay, so here's the thing. My yoga finishes around 8:30. The class is from 7:30 p.m. to 8:30 and the interview is at 9 p.m. So as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna sprint home. slight hiccup. So normally, like you saw, we do set up the camera and the mic, but my earphones, because they tore it off, it would be a very big risk for me to use those earphones, and I don't want to do that. And the camera is like this length because I don't have the right tripod with this desk. I would be seeing Diego here at this length. I'm gonna go back to my roots. And the way I started the podcast was with just MacBook speaker and microphones. We're gonna make do with that. We're gonna work with what I have. At least I have a laptop, right? I have not had such a beautiful grounding aura from any of the guests I've spoken to, especially someone who's so successful as a writer and his work totally reflects in his personality. I mean, the build up that I'm going to be talking to Diego actually lived up to its hype. I learned so much. There's some issue with the platform or someone's internet. I'm not sure what happened. I'm feeling so grateful to have spoken to Diego. I need to go change, shower, and get ready for bed. I'm exhausted.